I believe that America can be beautiful. How can America be made beautiful? Now, family, listen. My brother Imam Wadafuddin and I have had disagreement. But his followers and mine have never given each other as much as a bloody nose. Because in spite of our differences, there's a deep love in us. We don't like the things about our nation that is not good, but I don't want to live anywhere else. I want America to be made right. I don't want to see America go the way of Rome and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah. But why won't she go that way? If the men of religion and the women of religion keep silent.
You catch that, brothers and sisters? You catch that? You know what? Anything happened to America. So everything they've done to us for the last 20 years, look at our condition. We didn't come here like that. Look at our condition. People still, they got hundreds of thousands of us in prison right now. How many dead? How many in hospitals with diabetes and AIDS and whatever? How many? How many? For hundreds of years, they raped our women. Raped our women, hundreds of years. So had children use for gator bait. But and just forget that. Just forget that stuff. We don't care about that. How is it going to happen to them? Why? And that's totally against, because God says he's going to judge them for what they did to us. He gave a command, said, doing them double they done to you. He didn't say, forgive them. He said, doing them double. I mean, he said, do them double what they did to you. Master Muhammad said they got to be taken off the planet because they're 100% wicked. Like Muhammad said, they're devils. We have to get away from them. But him, oh no, I don't want to have him. So whose will is he in sync with? Whose will is he cooperating with? In submission to? It sure ain't God, not the God I know. Why does he want to forgive them? I mean, all they done, so in other words, he don't give a fuck about our women. Any nation that don't stand for their women is not deserving to be a nation. And the women should walk away. So that's the end of that nation, because without the female, there's no nation. So if you don't protect them, then why the hell should they keep that nation going? Without them, there's no nation. And in fact, did you catch him? He said, our nation, talking about America. Wait a minute, hold that. I thought you was representing the nation of Islam. No, he said, our nation, America. Did you catch that? Let me say it again. Play it again. And you can't say anything wrong with that picture there? Our nation. He's probably representing the nation of Islam. I told you, the nation of Islam is just bait to draw you in, to draw the people in that was with Elijah to snuff that light out. Because once you get in there, you don't get anything. You hear what you just said? That's totally against everything Elijah Muhammad taught. I was present with Elijah from 70 to 75 in Chicago. And that's totally against everything he said. Everything Elijah Muhammad taught. And against all you have to read the lessons. But he don't want anything to happen to him. He forgive all that. Oh, I don't give a damn what y'all did with our people, my people. See, we're not his people. That's the problem. Because his father's a devil. His black-faced devil. That's why he wants that. He's begging for forgiveness for himself, his people. See his ignorant son right next to him? Multi-millionaires haven't produced a goddamn thing in 40-some years. Let's to him. Our nation. Wait a minute. I thought the nation you represented was the nation of Islam, not the American nation. But see, that's the case. He is representing the American nation. You just a sideshow, right? So easy pickings. He's living off of you. And we're going to show you that in a minute, how he really feels about you. See, this is how he feels about his people. I want nothing happen to us. Forgive us. We no. Because there's no scripture you can find. It says, only closest thing you come to is Babylon could be healed, but it was not. The closest you could ever come to anything else, total wrath against America, Britain, what was it? Total wrath. Destruction. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Let's listen a little further. See how it feels about you. The ones that's putting $100, $1,000 suits on his back. Putting steaks on his plate. See? Putting diamond rings on his fingers. I'm living in mansions, luxury, multi-millionaire. But he doesn't have any business anywhere. See how he feels about you that's doing that for him. See, we know how he feels about the devil that's doing that to us for hundreds of years. So see how he feels about you. He wants to do all these great things for him because he's not producing anything for you. Let's just see. Again, that's his father. It's not Photoshop. Look, see the resemblance? That's his father. You can talk that black blood make you black BS you want to. You ought to see your father. Your father's a devil. Google it. He tells you he admits his father was a white Caucasian Jew. White Caucasian Portuguese Jew. Admit that makes him a black Caucasian Portuguese Jew. Because you go by the seed, you saw as a sperm. That's his father, Percival Clark. That means he's a devil in black skin. He's skin folk. That's why he talk like he talk. You don't see the resemblance? That's him. That's his daddy right there. Me, Ray Charles can see a resemblance. Damn near twins. Got his daddy's hair too. Come on, brothers and sisters.
When the Muslims were alive, I'll say it again. When the Muslims were alive, you dead as hell now on both sides.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, we are. Yes, sir. That's real, brother.
Both sides.
Wake us up, dear Apostle.
When we was alive, we set up schools.
That's right.
When we were alive, we had supermarkets.
That's right.
We owned buildings. We owned farmland. We were busy doing something, hiring our people. Well, I'm telling the Muslims, damn it, if you don't come alive, you will die like you are. And I will say, thank you, Allah, because if they're not doing nothing on top of the earth, let the worms eat their ass.
That clear enough, brothers and sisters? The attitude he has for you, both sides, the Muslims, male and female. Okay. The side he has, attitude he has towards you, look at anger. Look on his face. Contrast that to, I don't want nothing happen to our nation. Our nation. Our nation. America. But he claims he represents the nation of Islam. Our nation. Oh, he got much love for them. Smiles. For you, you ignorant motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck about y'all. I pray Allah. The worms eat your ass. Because you ain't producing enough for me. Yeah, you made me a millionaire. You put food on my plate. You put steaks on my plate. You give me $1,000 suits and I don't know, $1 million rings on your gold diamond rings. I don't know. But you ain't doing enough for me because I ain't doing a goddamn thing for you. I haven't produced nothing in 40 years with y'all but a bunch of bullshit. Scientology, which is Christianity. Look, I mean, what they got to do? They got to shove the cross up your ass? That's a similar cross. It's Catholicism 2.0. Just upgrade, not upgraded, but you know, new iteration. That's all it is. Got to go to confession. What do you got to do? You got to go to confession. That's all he gave you because he hadn't produced this damn thing. But yet, you see, and that's what he had for you. Both sides. He paid a lot. There's so much anger in him. Look how angry he looks. He paid a lot of words. Eat your ass. The Muslims said you're dead. And the question is, how did you get dead? Well, I agree you're dead, but how did you get there? Because him and Wallace killed you. So he killed him, then you're going to blame me for being dead? I blow your brains out of them, blame you for, oh, you made me do it. It's your fault I killed you because you made me do it. Is that how it works? I was there. Him and Wallace killed the Nation of Islam, got rid of it, liquidated all the assets, the bank, housing, the farm, everything, took that money and ran and left the sheep alone when the wolves came. And only thing they did as far as sheep was concerned is that the wolves got too close, they grabbed sheep and threw it at the wolf to make perfect their escape. That's tell him lying, Farrakhan. Which did. I'm not going to the whole story how they dug him up, but that's what happened. See, so that's why he was dead, because when the Muslim was alive, well, who killed him? And then take another step forward. Oh, we had all these things. Why do we have those things with life? Because we had a leader. We had Elijah Muhammad. We gave him money. We went out and worked and produced for him. And what he did, he invested the money. He didn't put it in his pocket. He invested. So we had banks. We had clothing stores. We print our own paper. Who prints your paper, Farrakhan? So-called, what do you call synagogue of Satan? That's who's printing your paper. So-called Jews are printing this paper. We print our own paper because I was a foreman at Muhammad Speak newspaper, the night foreman, between 70 and 75. Print our own paper. We had our own banks, own housing complexes, stores, businesses. People don't know this, right? But the thing is that before this was during Nixon time, he sent people to Japan. I mean, we was importing fish and stuff from out overseas, down the Caribbean, was putting the fish in his own boats, the planes, right? Because Elijah Muhammad was investing. So we had those things. I put security on some of the planes. At least one of them. I know about. I'm not sure about the other one. I know about one that was his. And he sent people to Japan. But at that time, nobody would buy Japanese stuff. It was like, well, probably like, M&M's melt in your mouth. Nobody would buy that stuff from Japan. Nobody. That was a basket case. But he sent people over to Japan to have a trade agreement with Japan to import stuff from Japan to America. Ooh, what's that all about? And that's when Nixon nixed it. He went over there and told the Japanese, you can't deal with those folks. He opened up Japan trading. Next thing you know, you got Nissan and everything in here. So you don't know that. So Elijah Muhammad saw ahead that the Japanese products would be the best in the world when they was nothing. I mean, they had some like Walkmans back then. That was about the best thing they had, right? And they didn't last very long. They said, go check it out. No matter about Japanese stuff. And then once they made a deal with them, next thing you know, Nissan stuff's got to come here. And what was that? That Canon, not Canon. Was it Canon? I think Canon printer, which was really a laptop, but that's another story altogether. Gets too deep, right? They come out the best products in the world, and Nixon said, "Hey, you can't." Elijah Muhammad on the move. When he left here, he didn't leave here a millionaire. He left all the money and named Islam. That's why his family got angry. I mean, they was angry with him. Wallace hated him from Jump Street. Everybody knew that. Because always attacking Elijah Muhammad had exiled him permanently from the nation. So how do you come and get charged of it? That's a story all by itself. Because he was officially out. I got him on tape admitting to Farrakhan. I said, no, he would know Farrakhan. The reason why he tried to pretend that Wallace was not officially, because he can't explain how Wallace took control of it when he was a top minister. Because he's a punk, he's a coward. They told me, you kill us out, we'll kick your ass. So little pimp scar guy on the side. You know, next time you see him, look at that pimp scar guy on the side here. That's how you got a pimp scar. Ask anybody from the hood how you get a pimp scar. See? Because you're a punk and you're a pimp. It's like, well, I'm not going into detail. Anyway, bottom line is, got a little pimp scar there. Pimping sisters. They pimp them now. Because he got sisters out on the street doing fundraising for him. Elijah Muhammad never did anything like that. Because they can't get the so-called brothers to do anything, so they got sisters out there fundraising so he can travel around the world, have big, super expensive suits and cars and everything else. That's Farrakhan. Tell him I'm lying, Farrakhan. Sue me. Tell me I'm lying. You can't. That's why you can't. Because you might say it, but you can't prove I'm lying because I'm telling exactly the truth. And I can tell a lot much more than that. See? That's what's going on there. That's what's going on there. So Elijah Muhammad invested the money. We worked Sold papers. I sold 300 a week like everyone else. I still was a foreman. I sold 300 people. You didn't sell 299. You sold 300, or your ass was out of there. I did security and all of that. I was there every time my temple was open. Wednesday, Fridays, Sundays, and FY meetings on Saturdays. There, every event I was always there. Savior's Day, I was help put everything together. Savior's Day, we set up, put chairs and everything. The brothers did that. That's just out there doing that kind of stuff. And I was happy to do it. I was in the military, right? for about 4 years. I was in Vietnam. But I never worked so hard in my life. And I worked with Elijah Muhammad, and I had no problem with it. Because I kept seeing the benefits. Like I said, at night I was working printing Humspeak newspaper, foreman. Had a nice apartment in the Nation complex. I wasn't paying $1 million for it. It was nice. Because he didn't charge you all that. He charged you, right? I don't know how much I don't know if he made a profit out of it or not. Because every time I look around, a lot of times giving people stuff. You go to Savior's Day, and he say, all the books I got to give to him free. Farrakhan always charged for everything. And you know something? Farrakhan charged you to go to Savior's Day. Elijah Muhammad never did that. He rent the auditorium and everything else. You came in, it cost you a dime, nothing. Just come on in. Farrakhan, you got to buy a ticket. Where the money go in his pocket? That's it, brothers and sisters. He the one killed it. He's the one cursed with a curse in Malachi for robbing the nation. See? That's Farrakhan. My America, our nation. He will kill the Nation of Islam. And then he accused it. That's exactly what Aaron would do. He's like a leader that you pay a guide to guide you through the jungle, so to speak, right? So he guides people to the jungle. And he supposed to know what he's doing, right? That's what I said. He gets lost, and then he blames you. Nigga, we lost. Oh, yeah, but we paying you. Yeah, but I don't care. Y'all lost, you dumb niggas. Why y'all lost? That's what he's saying. When y'all was alive, you had this. Well, how come you don't have it? We give you money. So you're the leader. So you're supposed to be guiding us along this line. You're supposed to be like Elijah did. You sit in the seat. Then you're supposed to take the money, invest it, and we have those things. We don't have it because you put the money in your damn pocket, shove your ass. That's why we don't have it. We're going to blame you for not having it. And you give them the money to produce it, but now it's your fault because you don't have it. You give him the money to invest, and then he don't put in his pocket. And then he said, "Hey man, hey, we ain't got no return on our investment." No, because you ain't invested in the goddamn thing. That's what it said. I would be accuser. Oh, it's their fault. It's their fault I built this calf, this golden calf. You're the leader. Come on, brothers and sisters.
$5,000. Cash payment to anyone who can prove that what lying son of a devil Farrakhan is preaching is consistent with the lessons, supreme wisdom, of Master Fard Muhammad Elijah Muhammad's representation of his teacher Master Fard's teachings.
That speaks for itself, brothers and sisters. It's been out there for forever. If they have not yet took up the challenge, all they got to do is text me and message me. However, one verse in the Bible or the Quran, when message a black man that supports what he's saying, right, according to this here, and they get $5,000. It's a win-win. Because if I don't pay up, then they're just I'm a fraud. You understand? But then nobody's ever, they send me nasty grams and of course I'm jealous of Farrakhan, all that kind of stuff. You ain't got to just send me one verse, just one. One verse that supports this shit y'all talking about over there. In the Bible or Quran. They can't because it's all a lie. You would think they would have done it by now. Just in a verse. Text it. Just message it. Leave it a comment. Nothing. Zero. There's more, brothers and sisters. I don't know why this is doing, but it's doing. But it's doing it. No idea why this is doing like this. I don't know. Well, maybe. One minute, brothers and sisters. 1 second here. Okay, brothers and sisters. Suleiman Rahim here. Mention the covenant, break up 7 seals. Mention the covenant and break up 7 seals, brothers and sisters. Mention the covenant, which they never mentioned. They don't talk about mention. See, in Malachi, there's 2 messages there. They only tell you about one. They say he's the last one. But the message of the covenant will come follow Elijah. But they said, oh, Elijah. So why they want this the message of the covenant? It's right there. It's 2 messengers. 2. It says messenger of the covenant. So why don't I tell you about one? What about the one that comes after, that comes to Sunday's temple? The one they say you should be seeking. Think about that one, if you can. Come on, brothers and sisters. Okay, brothers and sisters, it says war in heaven. That's what's going on right now. Breaking news, that's what's going on right now. It started a couple of years ago. Peace break out says, when you see, they say peace and safety, sudden destruction. Peace and safety, they were saying just before October 7, 2023, right? Oh, we're going to have the Belt Road Initiative. You got Netanyahu talking about, man, we got to do this or make all this peace breaking out. Remember the so-called Abraham Accords? All that was saying. I said, no, ain't no peace. I said, when he said that sudden destruction would come, it come as a woman have, it means it'd be in phases. Destructions would start then. When you see peace safety, that's when destruction would start. And right after that, boom, October 7th. September, they were talking peace and safety, all these great things going to happen. Go back and check. September 2023, all these great things will happen. Benjamin Yahoo, oh man, all this. And then a month later, October 7th, And that's what it says. You see, they said peace and safety, sudden destruction, suddenly, bam, right away, and said, but come on, like women in labor, so in degrees. And with that kill off the abomination of desolation. And what's the abomination of desolation? Look up abomination. It says the uprising was put down with great cruelty. That's exactly what happened. The Palestinians rose up and they put down what is the genocide. Going on for a couple of years. Whole world knows about it. I mean, it's open genocide. It says that will trigger the war in heaven, which occurred October last year. And so when that war occurs, right, then there'll be a pause for about 6 months, about half an hour. That's where we are right now. Everything I just said, you can back it up. You can check it out. That's the war in heaven. But it says during that time, that's when said that clown over here had been hanging. Says that when that person accused of our brethren will be cast down. When that war was going on. See? So first the war started. And it'd be a pause. Right, so we're going to show it in a minute. There you go right there. June 2025. It started around time. And they said pause for about half an hour. So that means either a little less than 6 months or a little more than 6 months. I rounded out to 7 months. So if you say July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So it means in January, between January and February, right? I didn't just put this here. I put this here a while back, right? That means the war will resume. It resumed back in January, end of December. It resumed. It resumed because they took a shot at Iran. They tried to stabilize it. They had people going and rioting. They killed hundreds of officers and carrying on. Right? So it started. And if you listen to Iran, they say, no, the war is not over. Right? And now America, they do the first punch and Iran blocked it. So now they come with a second punch. They bring all the ships, everything into the area. War is on. That's where we are right now in time, brothers and sisters. But nobody's telling you. Nobody's talking about abomination, desolation. Why? That's a sign to you. See, the sign of Jonah was a sign to them. That was the only sign given them. The sign of abomination was given to you, because that's the one that's going to end up calling you to flee. If you ain't prepared, you're going to have to flee in panic. That's why it's given to you. But they're not telling you about abomination, desolation. I'm the only one telling you about it. Oh, check, that's exactly what happened. It said will take place in Jerusalem, that area. It said it'd be somebody that shouldn't be there. It's false Israel. It says when you see abomination, desolation, right, and Jerusalem surrounded by armies, right, their destruction. That means the peace that's inflicting the abomination is their destruction. So that's why I don't talk about it. But they reveal who they are. Well, if they tell you about abomination, desolation, see, they talked about it for years, and they manipulate these people, but they had it backwards. They say it's going to be the opposite of what's happening right now. In other words, it's going to be Arabs putting abomination, desolation on the Jews. And the Jews, in desperation, their last gasp, when they almost all eradicated, they would say, "Hey, Jesus, we believe in you now." That's what the rapture doctrine. Well, that's what they teach it. And that's when Jesus will return. See, they think what's happening right now is going to bring Jesus back. He's going to return. He's going to get rid of all the Arabs, everybody, all the Muslims, and save Israel. That's what they believe. That's what they're telling people. So therefore, but it's the reverse. It happened. Oh, that's something wrong here. It's the Jews do it to the Arabs. It's backwards. Something wrong here. You see? That's what's going on, brothers and sisters. That's why I didn't talk about it. But and why? And say you lost for lack of knowledge because you're not aware of it. Because it says when you see it, you have to flee, and you can't go back in your house. You can't text. You can't do anything. That means you're under fire. You're in panic mode. You're gonna flee in panic. That means they right at your door. They're closing on you, but you don't. I've been telling you, close. What do you think this thing in this Epstein files, this stuff over there in Minneapolis, and what do you think what stuff is all about? This so-called immigration stuff, and all this stuff is closing on you, but you don't see it. And so therefore, since you don't see it, that means when you do see it, you're gonna be in panic mode, and you're probably not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? My people are lost for lack of knowledge. Now it's out there, you didn't get it. So therefore, anyway, that silence has occurred. I said it'd be about half an hour. I said June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I said that's 6 months. And then it started up. So it's getting intense. And everybody knows it, right? The second punch is going to go down any time now. But like I explained yesterday, right? They're not going to be like Simon was saying, they're not going to wait to America throw another punch. No. They bobbed and weaved the first one. Now they're coming up with uppercuts, right? Jabs and hooks, right? Boom, boom, boom. Boop. Flurry. Boop. They're going to knock America out, knock clean out. Okay? Let America throw that punch, boom. He slipped under it, boom. Come back up, flurry, bam. Knockout. That's what happened, brothers and sisters. And you're going to feel it. They knock America out, you're going to feel it. Some of you are going to feel it really, some really going to feel it hard because you ain't paying attention. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. We're going to talk about wisdom. I'm going to get a little taste of wisdom here today. And again, see, if you pay attention to Elijah Muhammad's teachings, you have some idea what's going on here. Where he tell you, we're the maker, owner, cream of the planet Earth, God universe. That means we made everything that's on the earth and in the earth. So how can we have nothing? How come every aspect of it they have? They have us, our energy. They have our identity. They have our land. The betrayers took our land. They have our economy. And he's taken and destroyed your vision. People without vision perish. Oh, we're not going nowhere. And that was the vision. That was Elijah Muhammad's primary message. That we was going home. He said, be fools to stay here in the land of imprisonment. Master Muhammad said the same thing. He came and takes home. Friends said, we're not going nowhere. But he ain't going anywhere. Because remember in Mark, he said, please don't make me leave the country. Because he's one of them. He's trying to convince you. Because if you leave, he has nothing. He's living off of you. He's one of the vultures. When the master's children, house niggas lived off of you. Master was lived off of you, and master gave them, right, the leftovers, what they got from us. But then wasn't in the fields anymore. The master said, we ain't got nothing to get y'all. But daddy, because I said daddy. Remember the Django? That dude in Django, Steve, whatever his name was, that was probably DiCaprio's brother. He said he was comfortable with him. They probably the same daddy. He worked in the house. They won't let you work in the house, they let dad's children. He raped our women, and then he let his children work in the house. Okay? You understand? So he's one of them. And so he took our vision. Our vision is to return home. That's the covenant. That's the vision we was given, right? In anticipation of the reward. See, when you look, like, say for instance, when you go to work, you have a vision that you're going to get paid, right? Ain't a dream. You ain't dreaming you're going to get paid. You have a vision that you're going to be paid on Friday. You understand? You don't know, but you have a vision that you're going to pay on Friday. Not a dream. A dream, you say, well, no, I have a vision in mind that you're going to get a paycheck on Friday. So they might take that vision away, and you probably won't even go to work anymore. Say, hey, man, you ain't gonna get paid on Friday. I ain't gonna get paid. Then I'm working anymore. You're gonna stop working. They just want to work for free. That's what Farrakhan did. He took our vision away, so we stopped united. We was preparing to go home. Elijah Muhammad had a big picture in the FY meeting where there's a big picture, and I should show it. A copy of it, right? Where Elijah Muhammad was on a boat. He was on the stern on the boat, big, huge boat. All the believers on the boat. It was pulling off, and all the Negro butts and niggers and all them, they was on the shore. They didn't want to have nothing to do with that, right? The demons and the devils were chasing out and beating them with their sticks, with clubs. That was Elijah Muhammad's basic message, the vision, because that's the vision we had pursuant to the reward. See? But you look for a reward, you don't have a reward, you have a vision of the reward. And you're working towards that vision to get that reward. But he said, you ain't getting no reward because you're wicked, evil, sick, you're dumb ass niggas, you're no good, you're wicked. And you don't get a reward for being wicked. You don't get a reward for being chastised. He said, our 400 years was determined here was because we were sinful. It was a punishment, not a sacrifice, not a submission. We were told to submit to Adam, but no. We got here because we was wicked. We're sinful, but devils they ain't devils anymore. But we're wicked and sin, that's what he says. So, no reward. So therefore, we just niggas here. And he took away the vision that Elijah Muhammad established for us. But we start uniting. Vision causes people to unite. That's what he did. That's his job. So therefore, ask the people over there with him, what's their vision? They don't have none. They got an American dream. And dream is only good as long as you sleep. When you wake up, it's not there. Ask what their vision over there. He'll destroy your vision, right? And so, and the thing is, one of the reasons they do it, because he has our image. So we listen to him. See? A wolf can get nowhere with a sheep. But if he puts a sheep clothing on, then they'll listen to him, because they think he's a sheep. He might, hey, he's a strange sheep. Why is he another sheep, right? Might take a while to figure out. You understand what I'm saying? See, identity and image are different things. They don't have our image, the false Israel. They just have our identity. They're saying they black. They're saying they African. They make no identification to our culture. But Farrakhan, I tell you, I'm a black man. I'm one of y'all. I'm on the land. But it sounds like a wolf. I want to stay here. I want to stay here in Wolfland. I don't want to leave here. But those goddamn sheep over there, I hope the worms eat your ass. That's the situation. So he has stole our vision. He destroyed our vision. He has our image. And back in the 20s, early 20s, right? You have like Al Joseph. Look him up. These are people that use blackface. The white folks were very popular. You know, Amos and Andy was the same thing. Some of you remember Amos and Andy? Those white people originally, it was before they had TV. On the radio, they was pretending, they was, hey, Andy. It was two white people mocking black people. It was a very popular show on the radio, Amos and Andy. And then when we went to TV, they said, well, how are we going to do this? People going to see we white, right? Can we get away with blackface? Nah, that's not going to work out. So they found two demons, Negro butts, right, that look like us, play Amos and Andy. And so they had the real thing now. They got Wesley Snipes, they got Kevin Hart, right? They got Morgan Freeman. All these clowns. What's this white dude? The guy called White, what his name is? They got the real thing now. Skin folk. Because original people don't act like that. Now, before you made Elijah Muhammad, you saw he was totally different from all those other blacks. He wasn't not like to preach anything because he gave you an example. Because Master Muhammad made him to himself. So you had an example of what an original person looks like. He didn't act like these niggas out here. And when you have never seen, other than Elijah Muhammad, what an original man looks like, what he acts like, even a original woman. Because you see the demons on TV and you think that's where you're supposed to act. They were never going to let you see. The closest they ever came with Malcolm X. There's the guy Robeson back in the 20s, right? And they got rid of him fast. They got rid of Marcus Garvey fast. They put him in jail, locked him up for the rest of his life. But the closest you came is Malcolm X before he went crazy. And they killed him and make sure you never see a black person like that again. Because you're speaking to him, you're stepping to him. step to like a man because Elijah Muhammad has back. And they respect Elijah Muhammad too. Nobody put his hand on him. Elijah Muhammad, they never put a hand on him. Because that's what he got. He an image of what a real black person, a real original person look like, act like. But you don't see something. I couldn't act like that. The ones you see, you never seen. Only Elijah Muhammad, you never seen. Except when Son of Man comes, then you start seeing, get another example again, what original person looks like. Because you got you acting, they got them acting stereotypes, and that's not us. I don't identify those people. I don't identify with Denzel, Art, and those other kinds. I don't see them. I don't see myself in them. I don't see myself in them. Those are white people with black skin. Who do you think wrote the Kid Cosby stuff? White people wrote that stuff. Those are not the way black children act. And the damn white ain't like when I was growing up. So they give you those images, and and the demons gotta look like you, so you follow an example because you think that's where we're supposed to be, and that's not how we are. That's not how we are. See? So you gotta, and we in that situation because they made us that situation. We didn't do it to ourselves; they did to us. And the fact that we still act like that means the force that created us like that, it still exists. If you're a balloon, you find stuff underwater. That means whatever put you underwater still got you underwater. Because you know, once that force is removed, you're gonna rise up to the surface again. It's very simple, brothers and sisters. So here, so if we make our own cream of planet Earth, right? That means we gotta take all that back. That's the war. That's the war of apocalypse. Armageddon. Why could be Armageddon? You seen Armageddon? You know what I'm talking about? That's why it could be apocalypse. Because if we make our own cream planet God universe, we first have to come to our own. Like Master Rama said, we're not returned. You have to throw all stuff. And once that, then we're gonna take back everything. That means, and they're gonna resist. That's the apocalypse. We have to go to war with all of them. We have to go to war with all of them. Take back what belongs to us. Everything they got, they stole from us. That's the apocalypse. We're at war right now. Right now, it's mental. But they're going to get ready to get their ass broken in Iran, which is going to trigger everything, trigger the apocalypse. Right? Come on. Okay, I'm not sure I'm going to cover all these subjects, but it says, hold on. Hold on, I know I forgot something here. That's my error. Nobody did but me. I know I forgot something here. Okay. Oops, again. Let's fix that. No, I'm not fix it. Try it again. Oh. Like that guy now. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, brothers and sisters, I'm not sure I'm gonna get all this today, but let's try a shot at it. Okay. my wisdom, bro, since I'm gonna try to point out some main points. But you got it. That Christian way of thinking is a low wavelength, low frequency, and we move to a high. That's the frequency of winter. We move to the frequency of spring, and that's the frequency. When you see spring come, there's nothing. All things are made new. There's nothing left for winter, is there? One of my sisters. Okay, power. Let's look at this one. See here? Now I'm giving you an example here. See? Now I'm showing Europeans, America, Britain, false Israel, and Europe, right? Then I'm showing the original nation. Then I'm showing the Indian nation. Then I'm showing the Oriental nation. I'm showing the African nation. Okay. So what I'm trying to show is that if we get energy, I'm going to explain that a little and we'll get further into this. Where did energy come from? See, there's so much energy in the universe. In fact, the universe is all energy. Like a rubber band, if you pull it, then, it gets strong, but the more you pull it, the more tension there is. So if it's all energy, and it's all in one spot, even the devil said, they call it the Big Bang, they say, universe started with all the energy inside of an atom. But if you believe that, you believe what the Quran says was inside of the earth. But if you take and span it to the heavens out there, that means it's going to be less here on the earth. That means if it happens on earth, we have less and less energy. There's energy to do everything. So I'm trying to show you, I'm just giving you an example here. Now here, say for instance, if the universe contracts, we get energy increases. Should be a very simple idea, brother and sister. So say, for instance, it comes in a wave. Say the universe contracts, and we get an energy wave, say, every 50 years. Say for instance, right? Let's say we get one right here. Now, power is discipline times energy. From a mechanical point of view, it's force times motion, but it's the same thing. Because the discipline is force, and motion is energy. That's what energy is. Energy is motion. Period. Right? It's action. Every action, opposite equal reaction. Both are actions. Action and reaction, both are actions. They're both a movement. Action is not something just stand still. Okay. So say for that's the case, right? Okay. So if you get a burst of energy, now it depends how much. Now say it's the size of the Earth. So that's the power distribution right now. The way you see it. That means if Europeans right here, they got a larger power block than the rest of the nations. We got a smaller one, that's small, right? So if you get an energy burst, then how much increase your power increase based on your discipline. You understand? So let me show you. Here's the energy burst. It's contracting. And look how much more power this has than it had before. It's higher. Because it must have much more discipline. And this doesn't have as much as before, right? All these other ones, and all these other ones are a little higher than that one. Because they have more discipline. America's getting discipline's getting worse. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get an idea here. Right? But there's no discipline. Okay, so let's do it this way. So I'll show it that way. But let's show, say it's the Earth. The Earth ain't getting any bigger. So who has the most power is going to have to control most of the Earth. Right? So right now we're saying, remember, this whole thing is a block here. This is Europeans, America, Britain, Europe, and they control the largest part. They control almost half the Earth. Just because they're all together. Right? See, we only control a little small part here. They control a small part, but they control a large part. Right? So therefore now to get an energy wave, that's the way we are right now, right? Boom. Then what happens? Whoa! Now they're losing because this getting more control. If this gets more, that gets less. If you're in an elevator and full of people, if you start trying to get more room, that means everybody's gonna have less room. But if you take up more, they're gonna be resistant. They're gonna try to stop you. So you won't have resistance, but you have more room than them. But you're gonna still have to maintain a force on them to maintain that room. So in other words, if you take it twice much space, then you have to apply the energy to maintain, because they're gonna resist it. So to maintain more space, then we gotta be able to neutralize their resistance, withstand, hold them back. It may take energy to do that. You understand? So like, if the Earth's not getting bigger, that means, oh, we got energy bursts. And look how much bigger we got, because we got more discipline. So now we have more control of the Earth than we did before, and they have less. They're getting crushed. You understand, brothers and sisters? I'm trying to give you an analogy. That's why you got to understand how pressure works. Okay? Now, that's power. So in other words, if one country gains more power, that means there's going to be less power for everybody else. Both can't be, that's it. It says everything getting bigger. So the more power you get, the less power the people are going to have. The more room you take on the elevator, the less room everybody's going to have. And the less they have, the more they're going to resist. So the more energy you're going to have to maintain control of that much space, because they're going to be trying to take it back. Look at energy wave. You see this right here? Here's the original nation, right? Okay, now I'm just looking at the original nation itself. So you get an energy wave. Remember now, the energy wave, the universe is stuck contracting now, so you get this energy waves popping every 50 years. Right? So what happens? You got an energy wave. And boom. So we got our first positive energy wave in the 1860s. Okay. So we make our own creating planet Earth, God universe. That means that if we God universe, that means the universe is affected by our action. Our actions. The universe is affected by even the animals' actions. But since we're the God universe, that means it's affected by us directly. It's affected by them direct too, but not as much. You understand? Maybe, like I was, say for instance, I was affected by it like 10 million pounds. They're like maybe 1 ounce. You understand? Because they affect the universe too. That was affected. Right? But the motor is the atmosphere. Because we breathe in, the atmosphere will affect us. Right? So we affect the atmosphere. I'm not going into much detail here, brothers and sisters, but the atmosphere is one of the most powerful force on the planet. Yeah, in fact, it is the most powerful. Because according to the Quran, the universe out there used to be the atmosphere of the earth. So when I said the universe expands and contracts, all that used to be the atmosphere of the earth. How did we expand it? Right? So therefore, I'm talking right now, I'm affecting the atmosphere. I'm talking right now, I'm affecting sonically. That's what sonic means, sound. I'm affecting the atmosphere. When I move, I'm affecting the atmosphere. Okay? So my atmosphere reflects. And since we're the gods, it affects us directly. Well, I keep saying directly affects everybody, but it affects us. It's affected. Well, I could say it, but I don't want nobody to come after me, right? So it affects. When I say direct in that sense, it's like a one-to-one situation. Put that away. Okay. Universe, action reaction on the universal level. Comprehensive. Yeah, I should find better language. That's the language I'm using right now. So therefore, we see that because the blues that came out at the same time that we got out the fields. And that's the attitude that the blues is music, but that music reflects the attitude we had. That shows that we affect the atmosphere. Go look at blues. That's when we had the blues back then. How did we get the blues? Why is that the music? That's the music form that came and it was spread all around the world. It was our reaction to coming out of the fields. And we had blues. We was confused. We had anything. We had blues to know what to do. 1860s. That shows that we got the first energy burst, but now we starting to, it was affecting the atmosphere before, but it's negatively, now it's positively. Every action has an opposite reaction. So before, in a simplistic way, we was affected by the atmosphere, but now we affect the atmosphere. So in energy deprivation, it's not, just give you a generalization. It was on the negative side, so we was more affected by the atmosphere because we're energy deprivation, but now as we come out of that, now we're affecting the atmosphere directly. So therefore now the atmosphere reflecting our emotions and forming music. It's also affecting the weather and everything else too. But the point is it's sporadic because we're all divided. If you took all black folks, like we read about the walls of Jericho, right? You take, like, if you took a whole, say for instance, he put 1,000 people, right, in a building, and all together 1,000 people shot at the same time, loud as they can. They're gonna break out windows and stuff. You know, that little commercial with a woman, she just sings and break glass. What was between her and the glass? The atmosphere. And that's like remote control, isn't it? You ain't see no wires or anything. Just a booming. And that was just one woman. What if there was 10 or 20 women doing the same thing? She break all the glass out in the house. Anyway, let's move on, brothers and sisters. So that's first one, right? So let's go on. Next one, get another energy wave. About every 50 years. Then what happened? Oh, got more energy. Oh, 1920s. Oh. I know I don't take as long doing this. I'm have to do this in 2 parts. I can't believe it's that time already. Okay. Is that a coincidence, brothers and sisters? We start feeling jazzy. That show where we was more energized. And the atmosphere reflected. What music done? Beethoven, all that stuff, that's not dominating the planet. Our music is dominating the planet. That shows 2 things there. That shows we are the gods. Our music dominates the planet. Right? It shows that not only we're the gods, but we affect the whole universe. Make our own cream planet. God, this shows, this proves it. If you understand. And our music dominates the whole planet. It moves people. It affects people. Blues make people feel the blues. Blues don't make you happy. Jazzy has a whole different, right? And another came out. What's the other? I can't remember what it's right. Now let me move on, brothers and sisters. And move on. Then what? Then probably another 50 years later, boom, Motown sound. Is that a coincidence? Now, with Black and Proud. See? First we had the blues, then we got jazzy. Start thinking about Africa, Return to Africa movement, all that kind of stuff with Noble Ali and Marcus Garvey. And then Motown. Now, I talk about this in detail about division between the two ideas, between two natures. I'm not getting to that right now. But see, I'm just trying to show you, get a wisdom how things work. Right? The new music came out because that reflected our attitude. We start standing up against the man, so to speak. There's Muhammad. It's Islam. I'm just talking about the positive side. I ain't talking about the demon side yet. Understand? So that means now if this pattern holds, and this is a pattern you can easily verify, you can just go easy verify this pattern. That means what? Remember, now we're at 50-year mark again. Oh. Now we're totally free. Victory. That's where we are right now. So that means a new victory music come out, because now we're going to be victorious. But now we're taking back everything. How you know? Because it takes energy. Each one of those energy causes us to have more control of the situation. Right? So now, at this point, it says we'll come together to see the great army. Because now we have enough energy to come together. We didn't have that for 400 years, 500 years. Let me get a little personal level here. You see, I'm 77 years old now. Now, right now, we don't have so much energy. Now, we was back in the fields, energy deprivation, we have very low energy. But you need energy to maintain yourself. So you have very little energy. Plus, the energy we did have, it was controlled by the devils. So we couldn't use energy to maintain ourselves. We couldn't use the energy to be healthy. We had to eat shitlings. Shit. That's what shitlings is, shit. They call it. That's what they called it back there until you out the fields. They changed it to the S on put C there to keep selling it to you. Because it's shit. That's what it is. Anybody cooked it, smells it, know exactly what it is. So therefore we died. You see some, you look at some of those pictures. Go check some of those pictures out. Say pictures. But a man like 80 years old, 30 years old, 20 years old. Look, it's 80. Because you live, they control your energy, you have enough energy to maintain yourself. So therefore, your body gave out. Okay? And because we still energy deprivation, it takes a lot of energy to maintain yourself, so we don't have enough. So we age because some of us age faster than others because we don't have enough energy to maintain our body. So our body starts getting wilting. I keep telling you, it's not aging, it's wilting. We don't have enough energy to maintain our youth. Because when you're 10 years old, 5 years old, it don't take much energy. Right? Because your body, but you're getting older and older and older. But your age is because you have energy to maintain that youth. You have enough energy to maintain your youth. So now, since we start, and we start getting control of ourselves, then we have more and more energy to control ourselves, but still not enough. So we have enough maybe to live maybe 100 years, maybe 90 years or whatever. But we still age. By the time we get 89, we look. See what I'm saying? So the point, like the reason I said 77, because I understand this, and so I spend a lot of energy, a lot of my energy, I invest my energy in this message and myself. So you say, man, you an animal, man, because I spent 4 or 5 hours at the gym. That's what I need to maintain myself in a condition. Because I can still run, I'm gonna do it, right? I mean, I spend a couple of hours, do 3 to 4 miles, 3 to 5 miles on treadmill every day, right? Lift weights and all that stuff, right? And I'm in good shape. I'm not taking any medication because I spend a lot of but it takes a lot. The older you get, the more energy it takes to maintain your body. But I have enough to maintain it back when I was 20s, I was 30s. The doctor tell me I'm like a person in my 40s before my health is concerned, because I spend a lot of energy doing that to maintain myself. So the issue is that every 50 years come, we have more energy, so we have more energy to do that. But see, we don't have enough energy to maintain ourselves, have enough energy to maintain our women, right? I'm saying the women have enough to maintain us, look like I'm just putting us on the top of the women, but we're supposed to protect them. We have enough energy to protect our children. We have enough energy to be a nation. Was getting energy and was getting better, But then, even though you're getting better, you're getting more energy, you still don't know how to use it. So you wasn't using it, but to maintain yourself, you're using it, watching the veil, hang out, drugs. So therefore, you still, even though you had more of it, you didn't have the mind to know how to manage it. Because what you should be managing as much as you can is to manage and maintain yourself. Health, fasting, and understand the 5 pillars, investing. Like I said, I'm 77, but the doctor said I have a body like a 40-year-old person. Because I invest a lot in it. It's hard work. It's hard and harder. But the point is that when we get this energy burst, now we have enough energy to come together. But you have to have the right mind to use it for that purpose. That's where Master Muhammad comes in, because you're being distracted by this so-called American dream, all this bullshit. When that war, in a minute, when that war gets into the kinetic phase, but they ain't be out in a minute, America's going to be knocked down, the American dream going to be destroyed. So that stuff you cling to earth is going to be gone. See? Then you look around what to do, and then you have your mind. So then you know how to use your energy, manage it. So once you add manage energy, now that's when you come together. See? But you have to have the energy to do it. You have the mind, but you have the energy. And that's at the point where it says it's momentous in heaven and earth, but it's coming of a sudden. That's what time is all about. Because just doing that, he's doing that before time, okay, the dream's gone, but you still have enough energy to come together. Then you get wiped out. Because then they attack you, and you don't have enough energy to come together to fight back. I'm saying a lot more than I've been saying. But we're here now, brothers and sisters. So the point is, they say, what is Master Muhammad waiting for? Well, it tells you in the 5th seal what he's waiting for. But the point is, he can't do it before that. Otherwise, right? The American dream is gone. They come after you. And you don't have enough energy to come together and see the great army. So you have time just right. So he does that. It's when we have enough, it comes, but it's momentous in heaven and earth, coming above a sudden. So we come together. So when that happens, it means you have enough energy to come together. That's when they're going to attack you. So now when they attack, you come together, see the great army, and defend yourself. Time has to be right. Do it before, we have a problem. Because now they attack us and we're not united. That's not going to work out right. Hope you understand that, brothers and sisters. Now, going forward, right? Another 50 years from now, well, some of us going to benefit from this. Depends on the level you're on. But going forward, right, as we get more and more energy, right, then come a time when you don't have to take, like, maybe only 10% energy you have. You need to maintain your youth. Then it won't be so hard, because right now it's hard. I gotta go to the gym 6 hours. I mean, spend at least 6 hours at the gym. I go in the morning, then I go again in the afternoon. You think I want to do that? That's what it takes to maintain, because I know we're going to war. And I got to be in the forefront of it. If I didn't know that, I would be I'd be in a wheelchair like Farrakhan. So a time will come, like another 50 years from now, another energy burst. You're united, you're home, and now you got enough energy, right? To maintain. That's why it says you maintain youth, and you'll be youthful for as long as you live. If you apply your energy that way. Now you're not wilting anymore. Now you got enough energy to maintain something, and do other things, and maintain a nation, do other things, and don't take that much energy to maintain your youth. So you revert, you stop wilting, and you strong. So if you make it out of here, you're probably gonna be right for the next 500, 600, 700 years or more. Youthful. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Anyway, but that's when we're going to realize it. Realize it when Master makes his move, which is any day now. We're going right now, every day now. The war's on. It's like, you throw punches, you throw a punch, You may pause by Bob, we then do the next one. That's what's happening right now. But who was on? So, I mean, we're about to realize it's more mental in heaven earth, but it comes all of a sudden. So it's here. You're going to realize in a moment where it's going to be used. It's not can use it to rejuvenate yourself at that point. You're going to use it primarily to come together. We need to come together as a nation to protect ourselves. Once we get home, we're out in safety, secure. We're already united. Then we start the process of rejuvenating ourselves. We understand, bro. So let's move on. Okay, let me talk global warming, then I'm going to continue tomorrow. Now, global warming, that's a big... Because I ran some, maybe I'm talking about because I ran somebody today, came up. Now, as the universe expands, there's less energy here because the energy is out there, right? So it's less here, so it gets cooler and cooler and cooler. So when you get to time with maximum expansion, the universe is very little energy, so it's cool, it's cooler. That's how you make things cold, take energy out of it. It makes things cooler, more energy take out of it, the cooler it gets. So Earth became cool, and the poles, which doesn't have direct sunlight, they got cold first. So they're not freezing. So all the water start freezing. That means all the ice turned ice, so you had less water in the oceans. You had less water in the oceans, less water on the water turned ice, less liquid water, right? Then that means you had deserts and stuff because there wasn't that much water. Because it all froze up on the poles. So then you got deserts, right? Some islands start showing because let the ocean levels drop, right? So you get more coastal land because there's less water available because it all froze up on the poles. Understand? Okay. So now as the universe starts contracting again, that means the Earth starts warming up. Earth starts warming up, the poles start melting. So the poles start melting, what? The ice goes into the water. That means it cools the oceans. Cools the ocean, that means it cools the atmosphere. That's why it's colder now. That's why these cold spells, because people say, man, how global warming can't be working, man, because why it's so cold? Why it's so cold? Yeah, it's cold because the ice melt, the poles are melting. Now they're melting, those two continents there. Antarctica and Arctica, those are continents. I don't know how big they are. I haven't researched it, but I've been told they're biggest Africa in America on both sides. But they used to be plant life and all that stuff there. But they dug under it. They found plants and skeletons and everything else. But they froze up because they was like, they weren't getting direct sun. So if that's what they froze first. So now it's melting. So now the ice is cooling the oceans are cooling the atmosphere, so everything is colder. It's going to keep getting colder as the ice melts. And colder and colder and colder until all ice melts. Then once all ice melts, then it starts warming up. Right? But as the ice melts, the ocean is going to rise. There's going to be more water available. So that's going to take and turn the deserts into regular soil. Because they got plenty of water. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get rid of the deserts. It's going to be more vegetation. Right? And then you're going to have two more continents. You got more land to work with. So once it happens, it starts warming up. And you're going to have more vegetation. So it's going to get hotter. But also you're going to have more vegetation. So you're going to have vegetation. It's going to block the sunlight and everything. It's going to be like paradise. You understand what I'm saying? But who is that benefit? That benefits us. But it destroys the Europeans because all their cities and everything is, remember, they're on their coastlines. That wasn't there before because when it started freezing, the water levels drop, and so we build more coastlines, create a planet, God universe. We made it like that. So now they became less water, so now they're visible. But they built like cities along California, New York. We built these cities on these levels. So they say, hey man, look, if we have global warming and the waters rise, We're going to lose our major season stuff. Yeah, you are. But who are the benefits? It's warmer. You got more vegetation. The vegetation will take from the sunlight, so now you got paradise. Yeah, that's why the Quran calls it gardens, because now, yeah, it's hotter, but now you got all this shade, beautiful shade. You got you don't have any desert anymore. All this vegetation and everything else. You got more stuff growing, more life, more stuff to eat. What benefits us? They're telling you global warming is a bad thing. It's bad for them. It's good for you. Because spring is coming in, winter's going. I'm going to leave it here, brothers and sisters. Make sure we cover more graphics here. Understand? See, have you thinking on backs about everything. Christianity, global warming, it's bad for them. See? So you got niggas talking about our country like Farrakhan. Well, I guess you're a demon. I guess it's yours. And here's the earth. It's been around. But see, the sun don't get to the poles too much, so that's why it got colder. That's why it froze up. Why I mean do that, right? But see, it's melting now. That's a bad graphic there. But see, it's melting some now, and when it's the ice is melting, so it cools the oceans. Cools the atmosphere. That means everything's cooler and cooler and cooler. That's why it's so cold now. I'm gonna leave it there, brothers and sisters. I'll pick up tomorrow on the energy management. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna leave it there. Okay. So you understand why things are as they are. I'm explaining why these devils was driving what they're doing, because they can't stop. Remember I showed you how to put the discipline, they're being crushed. Less power, and we're gaining more power. But then we had discipline, and now we got more energy. Everybody can say my energy, but we have more discipline, so we have more discipline. Everybody can say my energy, everybody has the same amount of discipline. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.